In the heart of Greenville, South Carolina, a story unfolded that shed light on the dangers of toxic co-parenting and the devastating consequences that can result from a relationship gone awry. David Edens, a 22-year-old aspiring rapper and a father of two, found himself entangled in a turbulent co-parenting relationship with Kodesha Lyuna Bryson, the mother of his child and 3 other children. Their once passionate love had crumbled into a cesspool of fights, verbal taunts, and emotional provocation. As social media served as a platform for their turbulent relationship, David would occasionally share snippets of their volatile interactions, unaware of the looming tragedy that awaited them. In one such video posted on his Facebook page, David and Kodesha can be seen engaged in a heated argument, trading insults and threats. What began as a laughable exchange took a dark turn when the lines between jest and danger became blurred. Little did anyone know that these provocative encounters would lead to a horrific event that would send shockwaves through the community. On a fateful night in November 2019, deputies were dispatched to a Motel 6 on Wade Hampton Boulevard following reports of a potential burglary. Upon arrival, they discovered the lifeless body of David Edens Jr., a victim of a fatal gunshot wound. The motel guests who witnessed the incident were left traumatized as they observed Kodesha Lyuna Bryson frantically searching for her target, smashing windows along the way until she found David. With hearts pounding and disbelief filling the air, the witnesses looked on in horror as Kodesha shouted for him to step outside the room. Moments later, a gunshot shattered the night, snuffing out David's young life. The motel's once peaceful ambience turned into a crime scene, attracting the attention of local news outlets hungry for the latest scoop. News of the tragic incident spread like wildfire, leaving the community in a state of shock and grief. For David's family, the news struck them with a double blow, mourning the loss of their beloved son and realizing that his killer was none other than Kodesha a woman they had accepted into their lives with open arms. David's cousin expressed their disbelief. "We accepted her as family. We would have never thought that you would be the one to take his life." In a cruel twist of fate, David's last Facebook post, published a mere few hours before his untimely demise, conveyed his determination to prioritize his own well-being over a toxic relationship. Little did he know that his words would ring eerily true, serving as a testament to the dangers of toxic relationships. David had been trapped in a toxic relationship for far too long. The emotional abuse, manipulation, and constant turmoil had taken a toll on his mental and physical health. He finally found the strength to break free from the suffocating grip of the relationship and decided to put himself first. In his heartfelt post, David poured his heart out, expressing his desire to reclaim his happiness and rebuild his life. He vowed to focus on self-care, personal growth, and surrounding himself with positivity. His words resonated with many, sparking a wave of support and admiration from friends and acquaintances. But little did David know that his escape from the toxic relationship would be tragically short-lived. Fate had other plans in store. Hours after posting his courageous declaration, David was involved in a fatal accident, leaving behind a shattered community and a grieving family. As Kodesha Lyuna Bryson turned herself into the authorities, her tear-streaked face reflected a mixture of fear and remorse. She desperately pleaded with the officers, her voice trembling with emotion, to believe that the shooting was an accident. She insisted that she never intended to harm David, her former brother-in-law, and a beloved member of the family. But her tearful apology fell on deaf ears, failing to mend the shattered hearts of David's grieving family. In the wake of the tragedy, David's family struggled to come to terms with the loss of a cherished son and father. They had once embraced Kodesha Lyuna Bryson as kin, and the betrayal they felt was profound. The weight of the pain they carried made it difficult to find solace in her tearful words. They were torn between wanting to believe her claims of innocence and their overwhelming grief, which whispered to them that someone they once trusted could not have caused such irreparable harm accidentally. The days following the incident were filled with tears, anger, and confusion. David's family sought answers, desperately trying to understand how a life so cherished could be extinguished in a moment of tragedy. They were haunted by memories of happier times, struggling to reconcile those precious moments with the reality of their loss. Kodesha's surrender only deepened the wounds. The bond of family that had once held them together now seemed fragile and tattered. Forgiveness felt like an impossible task, as the pain of their grief overshadowed any remnants of compassion they might have had. The bond hearing that followed served as a painful reminder of the void left in David's family. Kodesha's apology was met with skepticism and anguish, as the family questioned why she had taken a life, leaving children fatherless and an entire family torn apart. The holidays loomed with a sense of emptiness and sorrow as David's family prepared for his funeral, grappling with the harsh reality that their lives would never be the same. The case that surrounds David's untimely demise continues, serving as a grim reminder of the potential dangers inherent in toxic relationships. It underscores the critical importance of seeking help and protection when faced with such circumstances. As the legal proceedings unfold, the focus gradually shifts towards David's two young children, who now find themselves navigating a world devoid of their father's guiding presence. The loss of a parent is undoubtedly a traumatic experience for any child, but the absence caused by the tragic circumstances of their father's death adds another layer of complexity to their grief. The children must now grapple with a multitude of emotions as they come to terms with their loss. They may experience feelings of confusion, anger, sadness, and even guilt as they struggle to understand why their father is no longer a part of their lives. In the wake of this tragedy, it becomes crucial for the surviving family members and community to rally around the children, offering them support, love, and reassurance. Professionals, such as therapists and counselors, can play a vital role in helping them process their emotions and navigate the challenging road ahead. Schools and social services can also provide additional resources to ensure the children receive the care they need during this difficult time. It is essential to recognize that healing from the trauma of losing a parent takes time. The children may need ongoing support and understanding as they grow and develop, especially considering the unique circumstances surrounding their father's death. Creating a nurturing and stable environment for them is of paramount importance, as it can help mitigate the long-term impact of the loss. In the broader context, this tragic case serves as a reminder to society about the devastating consequences of toxic relationships. It highlights the urgent need to educate individuals about recognizing the signs of abuse and seeking help when needed. By raising awareness and providing accessible resources, communities can work towards preventing similar tragedies from occurring in the future. As the legal process unfolds and the focus shifts to the well-being of David's children, it is a stark reminder of the importance of safeguarding individuals in vulnerable situations. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that no child suffers the lasting effects of losing a parent in such tragic circumstances, and that they receive the support they need to rebuild their lives and thrive in the face of adversity. This harrowing tale serves as a cautionary reminder that toxic co-parenting can spiral out of control with dire consequences. Seeking legal support, court-ordered supervised visitations, or mediation can offer solace and protection for those trapped in abusive relationships. It is imperative to take threats seriously and prioritize the safety of oneself and one's children. The tragedy of David Edens Jr.'s life being cut short serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact toxic relationships can have on individuals, families, and entire communities. David's story highlights the devastating consequences that can arise when unhealthy dynamics overshadow the well-being of those involved. It is a call for us all to examine the state of our own relationships and work towards creating a world where co-parenting is rooted in respect, communication, and the genuine concern for the welfare of children. Toxic relationships are characterized by patterns of abuse, manipulation, and emotional turmoil that can have long-lasting effects on those involved. They not only damage individuals directly, but also have a ripple effect, impacting families and communities. David's tragic end demonstrates the urgency to address these issues and foster healthier relationship dynamics. As we reflect on this heartbreaking tale, it is crucial to recognize that we all have a role to play in preventing such tragedies. We must prioritize open and honest communication, treating each other with respect and empathy. By cultivating an environment that values the well-being of children, we can break the cycle of toxicity and create a brighter future. Education and awareness are vital in addressing toxic relationships. Schools, community organizations, and support groups can play a significant role in providing resources, counseling, and guidance for those who find themselves in such situations. By fostering a culture of compassion and understanding, we can help individuals recognize the signs of toxicity and provide them with the tools to seek help. Additionally, legal and social support systems need to be strengthened to ensure the safety of those affected by toxic relationships. This includes improving access to resources such as shelters, counseling services, and legal aid, as well as implementing stricter measures to hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. David Edens Jr.'s tragic story should serve as a wake-up call for society. Let us learn from this devastating event and work together to create a world where tragedy is prevented and lives are spared from the clutches of toxicity. By fostering healthy relationships, supporting those in need, and prioritizing the well-being of children, we can make significant strides towards a brighter future for all.